Hey y'all, it's Lindsay, and today I have a Wellness Wednesday for you, but I have combined it with a what I eat in a day video. Before I kick things off, I wanted to welcome you if you are new, and thank you for returning if you have been here before. Quick summary of me. I am Lindsay. I am a stay-at-home wife and mother. I have 3 children. I homeschool them. I'm passionate about food. I'm passionate about keto. I'm passionate about all things health and wellness related, and I like to share a little bit of those things here. If you are new, I would love for you to watch this video, and if you find value in it, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and come back the next time I share my next video. Also, if you wanted to thumbs up this video or thumbs down this video, that would help me to know if you like this kind of content or dislike this kind of content. And with all of that said, I think I've hit all the YouTuber key points. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in to the topic at hand. As I said, this is a Wellness Wednesday video and a what I eat in a day video kind of mashed up together. I love a good mashup. Before I jump into my Wellness Wednesday, I wanna show you what I have had so far today eating a low carb lifestyle. Every morning I kick off my day with some coffee, and I've been using stevia and peppermint oil. These are the 2 items I use. The Better Stevia brand and then this Loran's peppermint oil, but I don't put them in this bottle. I actually tried out the Sweet Drops peppermint flavor just to see if that would simplify my life, but it really doesn't. I actually reuse this bottle, and I use that 1 dram of the peppermint oil from Loran, and then I pour that whole thing into the Sweet Leaf peppermint bottle, and then I add the Better Stevia on top. And I just did a few drops of that stevia peppermint mixture and then filled my cup with black coffee. Alrighty, it is time for breakfast, and my kids are going crazy, so I felt like a voiceover was better for everybody involved. So I'm having my 2nd cup of coffee made the same way as my 1st. And then here I have 3 eggs that I fried up in butter. I did kind of over fry them a little bit so there's not much runniness to them. I did top them with my usual homemade mayonnaise and Cholula, and that will make up my breakfast today. It is lunchtime, 1:45. We've been doing lesson work all day, so I have been a little bit preoccupied. Here I have a wrap that I'm going to wrap up here in just a second, but this is a cheese and turkey wrap on one of these Santa Fe Tortilla Company tortillas. These have 5 net carbs per tortilla. These do have gluten in them, so if you are sensitive or intolerant, these should be a hard pass for you. On my wrap over here, I also have 2 slices of the Sargento's pepper jack cheese. I love this stuff, it's so good. And then I also have 2 slices of the Hormel Natural Choice turkey deli sandwich meat. And then I just ripped up a couple of these romaine heart leaves. And then I topped it all off with some homemade chipotle ranch. Man, this is flavorful. This is super spicy. I took my homemade ranch and I blended into it some chipotles with some adobo sauce, and man, it is tasty, tasty stuff. So that is in my wrap. I'll wrap that up and start chowing down on that. In my blender bottle here, I have some chocolate protein milk. So I put 1 cup of unsweetened original almond milk into my blender bottle. I did 1 serving of the Pristine Whey protein in the chocolate flavor from Trim Healthy Mama. And I just shook it all up in there so that I could get 20 more grams of protein. I can never remember how much protein is in one of my wraps. So that's 8 grams of protein for that. And I can't remember how much protein is in each of these slices of turkey, but I'm pretty sure it's probably close to about, I don't know, 6, give or take. I'd have to go double check. This has 8 grams of protein. So right here, I'm not doing horrible on the protein within this particular wrap, but I have been really trying to bump up the amount of protein I've been taking in. So that is why I am adding in the chocolate whey milk. All right, that lunch was delicious, but I would like something to kind of cap it all off. So I am going to have 4 squares of my Jared approved chocolate. Here on my channel, this is actually called Trim Healthy Mama Oreo Skinny Chocolate, I believe. I will attempt to remember to add that to my description in this video. And then I'm also having a cup of coffee. This has 1 tablespoon of cream and a little bit of stevia with some peppermint flavor oils from Loran. Now that you're all caught up with what I've had so far today, it is mid-afternoon. My children are all at their quiet time and husband is off to work. So I had a few minutes to talk with you about Wellness Wednesday. I will finish my what I eat in a day video at the end of this video, so stay tuned to see how I wrap it up today. Okay, last week I talked in my wellness, I've got a hair and it's driving me banana sandwich. Why? This is my second Wellness Wednesday of 2021, and given the fact that it's the second Wednesday, it just lines up nicely, doesn't it there? I'm sure I will fall off of the habit of making these videos in the next week, the next month, who knows? But for now, I'm on target, so I'm just gonna keep moving forward. I talked a lot about habits last week and about how these little things, these autopilot habits are really key for me right now. And if I try to hand fly instead of letting autopilot do it for me, I am very quickly derailed. I'm very quickly turned askew from my actual trajectory, and it's just not a way that I like to live my life, but I allow it to happen often. I did not really dive into numbers last week very much. I was just really focusing more on the habits side of things. And I would like to report today that I did skip out on doing my plank challenge twice this past week, which irritates me mightily, but it happened. So there's no going back and changing it. We started fresh. And I am on, like day 4 of solidly planking for a minute straight every single day. I still have kept up my walking. I think I missed 1 day of reading. In fact, I could probably look that up in my habit tracker. Yeah, 1 day of reading I missed. iPadding it. So at the very end of last week's Wellness Wednesday, I told you what my weight was, and I told you it was 157. I had spaced on saying it was 157.6. And that is significant because that was the weight that I started at in January 2016. My weight loss, or my graph of my weight for the past 5 years. For the past 5 years, started up here and it dipped down to 135, 136, and then it came back up. At my pregnancy weight, I was probably 185 at my max pregnancy weight. I gained a lot with my third. And then in the spring of 2018, I dipped all the way back down to about 143, I think it was. I did not double check that for fact checking's sake, but I have gone up, or I've started at the top of the roller coaster and I have dropped down and come back up and dropped down and come back up. And last week I was 157.6. And this week where is it? I weighed in at 156.6. So I dropped exactly 1 pound in the past week, which I am very grateful for because I had a lot of cravings. I had a lot of, I felt like I was retaining water quite a lot. I was at a point in my cycle where I would naturally retain and then drop. So I lost a full pound. Like I said, appreciative, grateful for that, and I hope to maintain that. I do not want to compare the first week of a cycle to the 3rd or 4th week of a cycle just because the way my hormones fluctuate, and most women's hormones fluctuate, means that you're more likely to retain weight at certain points in your cycle. So I'm going to attempt to keep it straight that this is the week 1 of cycle 1 of the new year, and subsequently try to compare week 1 with future week 1s and weeks 2 with future weeks 2. So, sort of trying to keep in line with that mentality so that I can compare apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. I mean, it's all weight, but at the same time, the hormones are the differing, that's where the variable comes into play. Okay, there was something else I kind of wanted to talk about. In 2020, we had a lot of change, a lot of upheaval, a lot of tumultuousness happening, a lot of chaos happening in the world. Even for us as a family, we had moved from Wisconsin to Ohio, and just that transitional period was it was a lot to manage. It wasn't bad. It was just a lot to try to work through and get put into place. And I wanted to talk about the fact that my lowest recorded weight, I have an app on my phone here that is attached to our scale, and that is so useful. I mean, I don't always love the number it shows, but it is a very useful tool. So my lowest recorded weight in 2020 was 150.4 pounds, and that was about 3 weeks before all of the shutdowns happened here in the US. So that was at the end of February. And then my highest recorded weight in 2020 was 158 pounds, and that was on December 31st. Last day of the year, I weighed in at 158, so I dropped about a little less than half a pound before Wellness Wednesday number 1, and now I've dropped a full pound. So I'm very, very pleased with that movement, I guess, but we're also in that sweet spot of super pumped about the brand new year, super focused on like, what are we going to do intentionally? Where are we placing our focus, more or less? So I'm sure that will ebb and flow, just because, you know, the desire to stay focused will wane as time goes on. And as far as numbers go, I have shown this device before in the past. This is the Care Touch. It is kind of like a ratcheting body tape measure. So it has a curvature to it right here. I have shown this before. And you take this and you slide it around the body part and you connect it. You make sure to cinch it with the button to make sure that it is tight where you want it to be. And then you can remove the tape measure and it holds its place, but it's got like all of the curvature of your body kind of built into it, and you can determine what size that particular body part is that you're measuring with a little bit better accuracy than just a standard flexible cloth dressmaker's tape, measuring tape. So I've had this thing for 2 or 3 years now, and it still works super well. It does measure in centimeters and inches, and this has been very, very useful to me over the years, and I have been inconsistently using it, but I've decided that I will be using it more consistently, hopefully to measure myself at the beginning of each week, or, you know, the wellness whenever I weigh in, hopefully measuring myself at those points so I can see how things are changing besides just the scale. This requires a lot more mental dedication to doing it for me, and that focus factor is going to be key for me. It's very difficult for me to stay focused whenever I am being pulled in multiple different directions, especially with the girls and trying to get school lessons and piano with their grandmother on FaceTime managed, and my husband, you know, coming and going for work and those kinds of things, and the 3-year-old running around creating all kinds of exciting adventures for us to navigate. So at times the focus for me using this particular device will wane, and I really hope that I can sort of hold on to this as a tool that I am actively using throughout this process, and we shall see what happens, right? I feel like that's the way everything is right now. Just wait and see. We'll just wait and see what happens. I think that's about all I have for you. 1 pound lost this week, or 1 pound removed. I don't know which is the better way to say those things. I've talked a lot. I've taught a lot today, so now my jaw is feeling a little bit inflamed. I am going to go for now, but the next time that I have something to eat, I will be sure to let you know. It is after 4 o'clock, and I am trying to figure out what's for dinner, but while I do that, I'm going to drink some of this. This is the Key Nutrients Key Keto, if my camera will focus, and this is in the strawberry lemonade flavor. This is exogenous ketones, and it's super good. It looks like a scary color, but that is because it has beetroot powder in it for the colorant. What all does this have? Less than 1 carbohydrate, 5 calories. There are 575 milligrams of calcium, 310 milligrams of magnesium, and 680 milligrams of sodium. And then they've got their keto blend for the BHBs. So that proprietary blend, majority of the actual scoop is their proprietary keto blend. It's good. I like it a lot. I actually went through, they had a sale recently, so I ordered 4 containers of this stuff, and yeah, I just recently got that replenished, and I am glad to have that back in stock. I'm only drinking 1 of these per day whenever I do drink them, just because I want to make it last as long as possible. Each container this size, the 7.35 ounce, is 15 servings. So half a month if I actually take it every single day. But anyway, that is what I'm having now. Alrighty, 6:20 almost, and we have breakfast for dinner tonight. I have made McGriddles. The girls got just regular pancake McGriddles, and we have the keto version here. So I just did the pancake portion in the microwave. I know that there are dozens of versions of this. Serious Keto has one. I'm trying to remember who else. Dat Keto Lady has one. Like, there's a lot of people out there. Mrs. Criddles has McCriddles on her blog. So there are tons of these out there. I actually did not follow a recipe. I just kind of threw together my ingredients, whisked it up, popped it in the microwave, and then flattened out my pancake stuff in the skillet that I had cooked all this bacon and my eggs in. So this is one slice of Colby Jack cheese is split between the two halves. There is probably about 2 eggs worth of eggs there. I, cooked them in a flat sheet in a pan and then cut them into small portions. And then 1 slice of bacon in there. And that is going to be my dinner. All right, y'all. That is what I had for my day of eating, what I eat in a day on keto. I so appreciate y'all coming along with me to see what I ate, help me be accountable a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed me putting my Wellness Wednesday in the midst of a what I eat in a day video. This was the easiest way for me to share something that I typically share, plus mix in a Wellness Wednesday and actually get the things out this week, because I am a lot scatterbrained with the homeschooling and trying to mesh all of the things this week. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope to see you in my next video.